Oh, all right. First off, this is Brother Tim. I'd like to thank all of you that are tuning in now live or whether you are tuning in later. This is Brother Tim, and I'd like to welcome you to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. I am your host, Brother Tim, and of course, you know this is Folk Tales for Grown Folks, and this is a Heart of a Simple production where we strive to blow up those old paradigms. Now, a lot of those people that's been used to listening to me on Spreaker, you can also catch me. I am now broadcasting live on Facebook as well, so that we can have a conversation. Y'all see the mic? The mic. All I need is one mic up on the screen, and of course, we're going to walk through some of the news before we really get into the show. But before we get into it, I need to go on and broadcast. I need to go on and let y'all know that this is sponsored by that Ambrosia. And I'm going to be sipping on it. Now, it's the black cap. The black cap. And with the black cap, you know what I'm saying, this is the Death Eater. Now, this right here is one of the rougher ones. So when I open it, I have to open it very slowly, so that y'all can see what goes on, and y'all can hear it if you tune it in, right? Y'all see that? You see that? That's why they call it the champagne of kombucha, right? You know, let me know who it is that's tuning in on Facebook so I can send some shots out, because I definitely like to salute my family for tuning in. But this is going to be a talk that's going to change your life, right? Because what we are going to be talking about is the folktale called The Sheep, the Wolf, and the Shepherd. And it's about trust. But then there's also some other stuff in there, right? Now, it's appropriate that we talk about trust because, now as y'all see, when I'm opening up the ambrosia, which is the one that's sponsored, when I open ambrosia, I keep it in the cup because it spills over like this, right? Because actually with kombucha, this type of kombucha, we're not really supposed to put it in these type of bottles. I suppose it's more expensive bottle, more is a heavier bottle, you know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying? Those that are listening live, right, through Spreaker, I want you to hear it. You hear it? You hear it? It's alive. You hear it? It's coming out, right? This is one of the sponsors, man. I'm not playing, yo. I'm not playing with this at all. So now, we're going to go through some of the news. We're going to go through some of the news. And of course, y'all know I got to fight my daughter away from the mic because she thinks this is her show. It is not her show yet. She can inherit this because we all got to be about building that legacy, right? So, what we're going to do is one, first off, I got to play this commercial on my show. Be sure to follow us on YouTube. Gye-Nyame Journey. I am a Gye-Nyame man. I was born for greatness. My greatness comes from my potent center. I pledge to find and connect with my center. I pledge to build my spirit, mind, and body. I pledge to use my hands to build a better world for myself, my loved ones, and my community. I pledge to use my mind to think deeper, further, and higher to create a better reality for myself. I pledge to live my life and go beyond all my self-imposed limitations. I pledge to promote the principles of the Gye-Nyame warrior and to assist all those seeking the path of success. I pledge all these things first to myself, my teachers, to all my relations, and to my higher power. I am Gye-Nyame. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. That is the Gye-Nyame pledge that is said by all of our true members at least once a day. Peace and welcome to our YouTube channel. Check out our videos and podcasts. Subscribe as well as join the journey. Push past your self-imposed limitations within the Gye-Nyame journey. Peace.
Too black, too down.
My relations. And with that, I say, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. I am Gye-Nyame. All right, now, so those that are back, I want to thank you for tuning in once again. We're going to get into the news, right? I'm not going to put on, I need to set up the commercial, but I'm not going to put on the next commercial yet. I'm going to save it for a little bit as we move into the show. Right now, I got 3 people joining us live on Facebook. Those people that are on Facebook, and you might want to make some comments after I read the story because the story is dope. So I want y'all to know that I'm not playing with this because a lot of people think that these folk tales are for kids. They're not just for kids. They wasn't originally written for kids. They was written for adults and for us to be thinking and for us to be growing, right? So I'm letting you know this one right here, every last one of them is good, but this one right here is going to change your life, right? Just change because most of us, we're stuck. And we're stuck in our mind. And because we're stuck in our mind, it's hard for us to make any progress. But let's go down and let's look at the Gye-Nyame timeline and see what's going on in the news. All right, so right now, you can join me on the Gye-Nyame Journey timeline. Of course, we doing it. Oh, I have to send shots out. And a Gye-Nyame salute out to Brother Elder Kojo Kamal. He passed away. Excellent photographer, excellent soldier in our community. We have to send shots out to him. So we're going to dedicate this show tonight to Brother Kojo. His was Kojo. So I want to send shots out to him. Interesting story. I met Brother Kojo through a professor of mine, one of my favorite teachers of all time. Her name was Dr. Mary Ann Williams, and she changed my life because she taught me what true poetry was, and she inspired me to write, right? And in inspiring me to write, she gave me the courage to write, And it was because of his support to her that I was able to really grow into who I am. You know what I'm saying? So I owe Brother Kojo, and I want to say thank you to him. He's an ancestor now, so we'll be pouring those libations. Shouts out to my daughter Keisha. Thank you for joining. All right, so we're gonna keep it popping. We're gonna keep it popping. And all right, so next on the timeline. Now, I posted on timeline. Now, my elder Nomo was a black nationalist. You know what I'm saying? One of the original lecturers that went around the country, right? And one of his favorite people was Marcus Garvey, right? Marcus Garvey, I love you too, baby. Marcus Garvey, right? And Marcus Garvey had one recording that I know of him doing a speech. And Nomo was pushing those. And Nomo used to give me, every time I lost a tape, he would give me another one. And somebody posted his lecture, this talk on the internet, on Facebook. I Love Africa videos. And it was, you need to check that out, right? And on there he says, any leadership that will teach you to depend on another people is the leadership that will sell you into slavery. And we got to keep that in mind when we're dealing with what we're dealing with, especially during these times. Any leadership that will teach us to depend on other people is the leadership that will sell us into slavery, right? And we got to remember that, man. We got to be cognizant of that. We got to be thinking about that, right? And this folktale is going to bring that up, man, because listen, not only can you apply this to your cultural life, you can apply this to your personal life, but we also going to look at this folktale and we're going to break it down and see how it deals with us in this day. I keep telling you, our ancestors left us crystallized wisdom, and all we got to do is take the time to go and find it, right? Go and crack it open and look at it. You know what I'm saying? We got to do that wisdom mining, right? So next on the Gye-Nyame timeline, before we get into the folktale, they found an ancient text called Solomon Lesser Keys. But one of the most interesting thing about this that had me posted was that in there they was talking about ancient text messages. So they had a spiritual way back in the day that they used to send text messages, and it was said that if they took a metal needle, and rubbed it on a lodestone, right? Right? Keisha said like Christianity, right? You know what I'm saying? Any leadership that teaches you to depend on your enemy, right, will sell you into slavery. We got to always remember that. Now, here we go. But it's a text. Y'all need to check this out, because they say when they used to rub the two needles on a lodestone, they used to stand in a circle, a ceremonial circle, and be able to text each other, in a sense, write down messages. So this is ancient texting, and the way things look like they go in the world, some of us might need to learn how to do some magical texting, because some of this shit that we got right now will not be around. Shouts out to Tamika Lee. Thank you for joining us as well. Now, once again, for those that want to join the conversation, the live conversation, you could join us through Facebook, or you could call in to 614-556-4535. Lines are open. Right now, I'm going to pour me a little glass of that ambrosia, which is one of the sponsors. I want y'all to see that label. Man, years and years I've been working to get something together. I finally got it together. We have a product that we can exchange with our people. One that helps bring balance. Now, because a lot of people are like, Brother Hatim, what does it cure? No, it don't cure nothing. I can't claim that. But what I can say, look at that. What I can say is that it will help bring your body in balance. And if your body is in balance, guess what? You healthy. Right? Now, so, by giving the Gye-Nyame, you get you some ambrosia, right? Whatever flavor you want. I got regular, I got ginseng. And for the men out there, I'm thinking about doing a super ginseng over the Christmas time. Well, not the Christmas, over the Kwanzaa season, right? I'm thinking about doing a super ginseng, right? So it's going to have twice as much ginseng as I usually will put in. So any brothers or any sisters out there that want to hook up a brother, right? get them that super ginseng, I'm promising you it won't be a waste of time. This one I'm drinking right here is the Death Eater, right? It's a combination of that ambrosia with dandelion root and burdock root, two of the most potent herbs. But because they're not fancy, because they're not exotic, nobody want to talk about them. But Brother Hatim talking about them because these are two herbs that can help you a lot in your life. All right, a little bit more into the news. Oh, Donald Trump thanked y'all. He said, I said, hey, the great punker thanked us. He said, Donald Trump thanks African Americans for not voting in the U.S. presidential election. Now, I want y'all to understand there's certain things that's going on, and we have to be wise enough to start really breaking this down, right? Now, first thing was that black folks didn't get out to vote, right? Then, next thing is that the Russians interfered with the election, right? And we're all falling. You can have some of that. And a lot of us are starting to fall for this shit. The fact of the matter is that Donald Trump represents the mind state of America at this point in time. And they're going to try to refocus us from seeing this. Oh, it was the Russians. Oh, black folks ain't get out the vote. No. The fact of the matter is that we really have to learn to deal with is that the attitudes and the ideas that he was pushing got enough of his people out to outvote everybody else. And we got to be clear about that, right? You know what I'm saying? So don't fall for the whole Russian piece. Don't fall for the whole black folks and get out the vote piece, because black folks got out and voted, right? You know what I'm saying? But the piece that we have to stay cognizant of, the one thing I want you to wake up and really realize is the fact that he is reflecting how America feels about us as a people right now. Reflecting how America feels about women. It's reflecting how America feels about Muslims. Not, you know what I'm saying? And of course people are going to be like, oh, no, it's not everybody. No, it's enough. Right? It's enough. You know what I'm saying? If I have a whole slew of poisonous snakes coming to my house, but some of the snakes are talking and saying, hey, all of us are not poisonous, right? Am I supposed to pick through the snakes while my family is at jeopardy? Or do I kill all the snakes? You know what I'm saying? I ain't got time to be picking, because what they're showing right now is how they really feel about us. And we have to accept it, and we have to get busy coming in the next year, right? So now, let's move on a little bit further. Rachel Maddow. Now, she had this goes back into what I'm talking about. Rachel Maddow got a post. I put a post up from Democratic Coalition Against Trump, where Rachel Maddow is talking about how they had the information that the Russians were interfering with the election before the election, but congressmen decided not to let it come out. Right? Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. All right? Don't fall for it. All right, I posted a story about the peacock. The raven and the peacock. Excellent story. Check it out. I got another post up there from London Real called The Real Cost of Cheap Food. Y'all really need to check that one out. And we're gonna stop right there. So, my fault. I got some posts from some people that's on the journey. They have found that e-cigarettes are unsafe and a major public health concern for young. So, no matter what we try to do, how we try to do it, they always find some way to poison our fun. Damn. All right. This is from Sister Janice, who usually joins us on the show. But, of course, she teaching teachers, so she probably at the crib stressed out right now. She states, if only those in my community could comprehend the fact that we need not be afraid, for all that could go wrong has already happened. We need to recognize that our current vantage point makes possible the ability to look up and imagine the possibilities. Be encouraged and look beyond your current circumstances, because the sun will rise again. Thoughts from the teacher. The teacher has spoken. And I got one more from her. Don't be distracted. After all, the phoenix rose out of the ashes. Those in the Gye-Nyame, you know the importance of the phoenix, right? We have made mountains out of molehills before so logic says we can do it again. get busy. Getting busy with all those plans you have repeatedly put off. There's no time like the present, and what is it? What is for you is for you. Thoughts from the teacher. All right. I told you go to bed, girl. That's the ancestors getting at you. You all right? Huh? Come here. Come here. You so dramatic. Anything to get on camera. Say hi to the people. Sash. All right, she fell on the steps. She'll be all right. All right, you going to bed now? Yeah, you going to bed. All right, so now we're about to get into the folktale. So anybody want to call in, remember, you can hit us up at 614-556-4535. Sasha, don't make that face on the camera, girl. You got to look good for the camera. All right. That's right. You all right? You can walk now? Go on, walk. All right. So, go on to bed, baby. All right. Now, so here we go. You need to put on some pajamas, baby. Go on. Go upstairs. There's pajamas. Go on up there and get them pajamas. All right. So, a lot of y'all done tuned in for this folktale. And I promise you, it's going to change your life. Oh, man. All right, but that's cool. Facebook just dropped me off. And that's cool. I'm going to start again. It's no matter. I'm going to do it again. You can't stop the good thing. So here we go. Folktale for grown folks. I'm typing it in. All right, so let's connect. All right, cool. It's connecting. So, hey, bear with me now. Those that are out there that may want to join the conversation, hit me up at 614-556-4535. Once again, that's 614-556-4535. I'm back up. All right, so hopefully those people that was on can catch back up with me. That theater, Lord have mercy. All right, so while we waiting for some people to tune in, what I do is we're going to play the Ambit commercial and keep it moving. Thanks for joining us back, Brother Deshaun. True soldier, this young man does incredible things.
The word is spreading. More and more people are switching to Ambit Energy.
Well, one of my neighbors switched, and then I switched. Now the whole neighborhood has Ambit.
Who doesn't want to save money?
The word is spreading. Switching to Ambit Energy is rewarding in more ways than one.
I signed up and got a travel reward. That's nice.
Oh, I get to save on energy and on travel?
There's a cruise for two out there just a few thousand kilowatts away. I can almost smell the sunscreen.
The word is spreading. Ambit Energy even lets you earn free energy.
When I get 15 friends to switch, I get free energy. I have 15 friends. At least I think I do.
Hey, I'd be telling people to switch to Ambit anyway.
If you'd like to switch to Ambit Energy, listen to the following contact information closely. Then spread the word.
You heard the man. For those that's joining me on Spreaker, you heard the man. Spread the word. Spread the word. Gye-Nyame Journey is a proud consultant of Ambit Energy, right? And being a consultant of Ambit Energy, that means that we can provide you with all your energy needs. Now, I believe in nation building a step at a time, right? And this means that we need to start grabbing hold of those things that we pay on a regular basis and start redirecting that money to us. Right? So when you allow us to service you and provide you with your energy, we don't put the wires to your house. The energy come through the same wires that's been coming through. The bill come from the same people that is coming through. But what happens is that we become an energy provider. You will have the same service that you basically have now. Except that every time you pay your bill, you need to know that a portion of that is going to us, Nation Building. Now, what I need you to do is go to facebook.com/GNJ Energy and like the page. Then go to the sign up. Now, when you sign up, I need you to understand, because I know some of y'all scared of commitment. I know y'all scared of commitment. I'm not mad, right? But click that button. What that button is going to do is going to take you to our rates and plan page where you can type in your zip code. You can type in that you're a residential customer. You can type in that you're not an Ambit customer at this present time and click show me my rates. And it will show you the rates for electricity and gas. And I'm telling you this, either we will beat or you will be paying the same amount that you're paying now. But the only difference is that if you get 15 people to come on with you, say, hey, well, let's build, right? One of y'all going to get that. The one person that bring them in is going to get energy free. And if y'all want to, y'all can form a group and y'all could trade off on who paying what, who get the free build every month. You know what I'm saying? This is nation building, right? You get travel reward points every time you pay your bill. You ain't getting none of that shit with AEP or Columbia Gas, right? And I'm like, boom. And then on top of that, a portion of what you pay comes back so that we could buy tents, so that we could send kids to camp, so that we could take international trips, right? So that we could do some real nation building. Because I see some of y'all on YouTube talking shit, you know what I'm saying, about real building. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing the work, right? So I don't be having a lot of time outside my shows to do a lot of that talk because I'm doing the work. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing 600 kids a day, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make sure that I have a legacy for my children. I got over 1,000 shows, right? And I ain't even got a lot of views, but I'm doing it for legacy. And y'all got to understand this is about building, right? So when we start investing in each other, when we start doing small things together, we change the world, right? Listen. Reparations ain't coming, right? I don't know if reparations ain't coming. So if we don't start paying ourselves, who will, right? If we don't start taking care of ourselves, who will? I mean, it's very clear the climate in America is letting us know that if we don't handle our own business, there will be no business for us. We was told 20 years ago, right, that if we didn't get our shit together in 5 years, we'll be a permanent underclass. Many of y'all are experiencing that, right? Many of y'all are seeing the healthcare system fall apart. Many of you seeing that your wages are stagnant. Many of you are seeing that the jobs that used to be there are no longer there. But yet, we're not building, right? We don't need job seekers. We need job creators, right? And it's up to us. This is one of the ways that we do it through Gye-Nyame, right? So, you know, support. And even if you can't support, send the page to somebody else. Tell some other people that they might need to like the page, because once we start working together, it's on and popping. Now, let's move to the story. All right. So, the story for the day. If those that want to call in, 614-556-4535. But the story of the day is The Wolf and the Shepherd. So I'm going to read it, and then we're going to jump right into it, because I'm right at the almost 9:30. And I want to respect your time. Oh, and by the way, on Facebook, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to comment. Feel free to comment, all right? A wolf followed the flock of sheep for a long time and did not attempt to injure. Oh, my fault. I'm reading from Aesop Fables. This is translated by George Fowler Thompson. Y'all already know that I'm going to freak out this book, and I'm going to write one, right? I'm going to write a version of Aesop Fables and kind of update it, but it's coming, right? A wolf followed the flock of sheep for a long time and did not attempt to injure. Hold on. All right, just wanted to check, make sure nobody was on the line. A wolf followed a flock of sheep for a long time and did not attempt to injure one of them. The shepherd at first stood on his guard against him, as against the enemy, and kept a strict watch over his movements. But when the wolf, day after day, kept in the company of the sheep and did not make the slightest effort to seize them, the shepherd began to look upon him as a guardian of his flock, rather than as a plotter of evil against it. And when occasion called him one day into the city, he left the sheep entirely in his charge. The wolf, now that he had the opportunity, fell upon the sheep and destroyed the greater part of the flock. When the shepherd returned to find his flock destroyed, he exclaimed, I have been rightly served. Why did I trust my sheep to a wolf? Why did I trust my sheep to a wolf? All right. Now I want y'all to think about that. Now, because I'm about to get in this, I'm about to tear this to shreds. I want y'all to understand, I'm about to tear this one to shreds. Because listen. It amazes me. I need y'all to understand, I don't go through and pick these. I'm going through in order. And for the last 214 shows, this book has kept pace with what's going on in my life, what's going on in the community, what's going on in my school, what's going on with people around me. And I want y'all to really listen to this story. And and feel free to send in your comments. Those that want to join the conversation, 614-556-4535. And I want to say, you never know how your wisdom will serve somebody else. You never know. All right, here we go. I'm reading one more time, then we're going to get into it. A wolf followed the flock of sheep for a long time and did not attempt to injure one of them. The shepherd at first stood on his guard against him, as against an enemy, and kept a strict watch over his movements. But when the wolf, day after day, kept in the company of the sheep and did not make the slightest effort to seize them, the shepherd began to look upon him as a guardian of his flock, rather than as a plotter of evil against it. And when occasion called him one day into the city, he left the sheep entirely in his charge. The wolf, now that he had the opportunity, fell upon the sheep and destroyed the greater part of the flock. When the shepherd returned to find his flock destroyed, he exclaimed, I have been rightly served. Why did I trust my sheep to a wolf? All right, now, before I get into this, I see one of my teachers, Gloria Long, is on the line. Thank you for tuning in. Swords Lude, I'll check you out. Mr. Rat Eye Snap Brooks, that's right, making noise, right? Now, here we go. Now, so first off, the first thing is misplaced trust. How did this wolf gain the misplaced trust? This wolf laid on the side. This wolf did nothing. This wolf acted a little bit outside his character. All the time plotting and planning and waiting for his opportunity, which is a lesson in itself. And the shepherd, sitting there, fell for it. Now, a lot of us got friends like this. A lot of people, no, we got associates like this in our life. We got people that sit around in our life and wait. They don't do nothing. They weigh us down. They don't even weigh us down. They just there. And because they're there, we start feeling comfortable with them. And we start thinking that they are our friend. That we start thinking that they are our ally. That we start thinking that they are for us. When in fact, it's not so. They're waiting for their opportunity, right? This shepherd got so used to this wolf being around, right? A lot of y'all got wolves in your life. You know what I'm saying? Just waiting around. Old habits, old friends, people that want to get with you. They just hanging around, waiting for you to open up, waiting for you to trust. And the message is, right? The message is, a wolf is always a wolf, right? You don't judge a person by necessarily what they do. You know what I'm saying? Or better yet, what they say they do. You judge them by their nature. You judge them by their principle system. You judge them by who you see they are. A lot of us get fooled, right? We fall into the trap. I mean, politicians do this shit all the time. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to wait them out. I'm going to hang around the hood. I ain't going to do shit. I'm going to hang around. I'm going to let them know that I'm with you. right? A lot of us done fell for that. I'm gonna let let them know that I'm with them, that I support them, that I'm on their side. They wait us out, and in waiting us out, we eventually leave the flock. Now let's talk about the responsibility of the shepherd. The shepherd is a person that is supposed to take care of the flock. Now, I just got done talking about the post on the Gye-Nyame timeline. I think it's from African World Videos, where Marcus Garvey says any leadership that will teach you to depend on your enemy is a leadership that will sell you into slavery. The shepherd led his flock to slaughter. How did he lead them to slaughter? How did the shepherd lead them to slaughter? He trusted them to a wolf. Now, being a shepherd, he should know a wolf's nature. Many of us know the nature of those individuals that are around us, right? But what I do respect about this shepherd, and what I do love about how Aesop brings it around, Aesop always brings it around to that individual always, right? Always figures out, he always figures out at the end and admit where he went wrong. A lot of us don't do that, right? Because true leadership is being able to first take responsibility and second, admit, I fucked up. I messed up, right? And in Aesop fables, what you often do, the person that's learning a lesson before they die or in the midst of a great loss always admits their downfall. What did the shepherd say? The shepherd said, I have been rightly served. Why did I trust my sheep to a wolf? Many of us are trusting our kids to wolves. Many of us, right, are trusting our elders to wolves. They never, I couldn't hear you. What's wrong? They never had their best in mind for our elders and our children. We trust them to wolves. We send our kids to schools, and we know that these schools aren't preparing these children for the future. If we look at a classroom, I've seen this on Prince CA, and it's so true. We look at a classroom 150 years ago, and we look at a classroom now. It's basically the same setup. We trust our children to wolves. Many of you are just trusting your retirement account to wolves. Right? Many of you are trusting your retirement and your old age to wolves. Right? I mean, what's incredible to me is that the same issues that they had back in the day are the same issues that we deal with right now. As a shepherd, you are the steward. You are in charge of the flock. And the issue is, many of you do not want to take that responsibility, right? So you gladly send it off to the wolf. You give it to the wolf. You allow the wolf to go and destroy what you have. It's cool, right? That's the way it's supposed to be. The wolf is always supposed to win, right? We got to change our mind state. The shepherd got lazy. He knew the nature of the wolf. Many of you are lazy. You know the nature of the wolf. And like for some of y'all, right? Your wolf is laziness. Your wolf is procrastination. Your wolf is, in my case, tobacco. Just sitting there waiting. I'm going to wait your ass out. Right? Yeah. But as soon as you need that break, go and take that break. By the time you come back, I'm going to tear your lungs up. Some of y'all wolves is that weed. Some of y'all wolves is that alcohol. Some of y'all weed is that obesity. Just waiting. It's just patient, right? And there's a lesson in that. We're going to get to that lesson. But I want y'all to get where the shepherd fucked up, right? Where you fucking up with your family. Where you fucking up with your relationships. Where you fucking up with your career. Where you fucking up with your entrepreneurship, right? Right? You got the wolf waiting, and you give him the opportunity to tear your shit up. You know what I'm saying? We got to man up, woman up, Guard up. Guard us up. Right? You know what I'm saying? And stop giving people opportunities to destroy what we're building. We're letting the wolf in. The wolf is not allowed. The wolf should not be allowed. A true shepherd about his sort would have chased that goddamn wolf away. Right? But politicians could just walk into our neighborhood, make promises, leave, and won't see them for the next 4 years. The new person with the new educational plan can mosey up into your school system and just change the whole shit and tear up your kids. The new individual with the latest theory could walk into your job and just tear up your whole goddamn company. Right? You don't say nothing. Right? Right? The point is that when you are a shepherd over something, you have responsibility. True leadership. You have a social contract. That shepherd had a social contract with those sheep. He was supposed to stay up at night and keep them safe. He was supposed to sacrifice to keep them safe. He was supposed to not eat to make sure they ate sometimes. That's the social contract of the other leader. But he slacked on it. And in his slack, the wolf was able to get up in there and destroy it. Right? The shepherd, for a lot of us, that wolf is the thing that wanted to destroy our dreams. Those sheep, we are the shepherd. The sheep are our dreams. And the wolf is those individuals on the fringes of our life that's waiting for opportunity to destroy our dreams. And because we start slacking, because we don't chase that damn wolf away, because we don't make ourselves strong enough so that we could fling a rock and crack that damn wolf across his head, we allow him to come in and destroy our flock. As a matter of fact, we get lazy. We go to the club. Right? We go to the club. You know what I'm saying? Go to the corner store. Go over our friend's house. Leave the wolf with the sheep. All right. So now, other part of the lesson, and I want to make sure that y'all get this, right? Hopefully y'all share this or whatever. But think about this. What is the lesson from the wolf? The wolf had a goal. The wolf had a dream. I want us to look at it from the wolf side. I want you to see yourself as the wolf. The wolf had a goal. The wolf had a dream. Right? And that dream was to feast on that goddamn flock. And what that wolf do? That wolf didn't jump around and make noise and talk about what he wanted to do. He waited. The wolf's whole strategy was patience. The wolf's whole strategy was using patience to acquire what he wanted. Now, on the other side, right? Many of us lose patience with our dreams. Many of us lose patience with our goals. Many of us lose patience in going out to attain the things that we want to attain. Right? But the lesson from the wolf tell us that we have to hang in there and stay fit and stay hungry. Because when that moment comes, it's going to come and it's not going to last. See, because that's one of the mistakes that a lot of us have. Because they didn't say that the shepherd came back and saw the wolf eating the flock. No, by the time the shepherd got back, the wolf hit and had already been gone. Many of y'all might be patient, but what y'all end up doing is waiting or sitting around too long after you done got it. Many of us, like, for example, one of the things I used to do whenever good times hit, I always start reflecting and acting like the good times are going to last forever. I'm a little bit older now. Hopefully I won't do that next time they hit. I know that it's fleeting. I know that it's temporary, right? I know that it's temporal. It'll be gone. So I need to take my opportunity. And after I'm done, hit the road. Go upstairs, Sasha. I see you. You see that? Always trying to get on the camera. Didn't I tell you to put on some pajamas? Put on your pajamas. All right. So the lesson of the wolf. The wolf wasn't aggressive towards him. The wolf didn't argue with him. Because at that point in time, the wolf was at a disadvantage. The wolf patiently waited. And he waited. And he waited. And eventually, his opportunity came. And when his opportunity came, he was ready. Now I'm asking some of y'all out there, what are you going to do when your opportunity comes? Are you going to be fit enough to reach it? You want to try that death eater? All right. Are you going to be fit enough to reach it? Speaking of fit, drink you some ambrosia to get you ready for when it comes so that, you got the energy to at least get it, be balanced. You have the probiotics working in you to make it happen, right? So, there's a lesson for the shepherd. There's a lesson for the wolf. And the one thing that everybody out there need to realize that when you breaking down these folk tales, when you breaking down Bible verses or Bible stories, when you need to put yourself in the story. Stop looking from the outside in and start putting yourself in as different characters. Put yourself in as the hero. Put yourself in as the villain. Right? And play it out in your head so that you can get the lesson. Right? True wisdom is being able to learn from other people's mistakes. You ain't got to go and do all the mistakes your damn self. You don't have to do that. What you can do is learn from other people's mistakes. That's wisdom, right? That's what we try to teach our kids, right? So we need to start practicing. Brother Hatim could bump his head, but Brother Deshaun better not. Because Brother Deshaun got to watch what Brother Hatim did. And Lil Cleve get to watch what Brother Deshaun and what Brother Hatim or his father did. And he shouldn't be making the mistakes that we're making. So eventually, maybe 3 or 4 generations down the line, we'll be able to empower ourselves because we got a generation of individuals that have learned real life lessons. Yeah. Man, this little girl's too much for me. All right. So I want to thank everybody who has taken the time to tune in and listen to Gye-Nyame Journey, right? Let me see if I could do this while I'm online. No, they won't let me do that while because I want to send shots out to the places where I got the most listens, to the countries I got the most listeners to. Oh, shouts out to Miss Victoria I go. Thank you for tuning in. Shouts out to Sean once again. Shouts out to Sister Gloria. Shouts out to Brother Swords Luda. Ready? Ready. Oh, that's Ready. What's up, bruh? All right. Also, to my wife Victoria I go. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. But I'm going to end this one. But what I also want to say to y'all is this, man. Listen, get the lesson. Right? Pick up some of these folk tales, man, because these folk tales aren't for kids, man. They're not just for kids. There's lessons in them for us. And what I'm really interested in is some of the lessons that you might pick up from some of these. So feel free to post it up on Gye-Nyame Journey. Feel free to hit me up on the line, 614-556-4535. Last but not least, I want to thank everybody and those tens and tens of people out there that's listening to me all over the country, and we're growing all over the world. So this is Brother Hatim, and I'm saying peace, and I'm saying thank you for joining us on the journey.